Welcome to a new episode of House Dynasty Llywarch with Petty King Arthur, still our first character. In the last episode, a lot of things happened, but most pertinent of all is that, unfortunately, we failed, despite the valiant efforts of our knights, as we can see here, to defend our capital once again from Norsemen. Jarl Guthriel of Jorvik, and that has certainly made us quite unhappy. In fact, our granddaughter was abducted, kidnapped, and we did not have the resources to ransom her, save for the help of King Alfred, who came in to save his granddaughter. So, it shows that we still have a long way to go as to building our military strength and our self-defense capabilities. Now here, my lord, my Bishop Bernardo approaches me with urgency. A local merchant has a copy of the influential Regular Pastoralist, but refuses to sell it to me. If you make him see the error of his way, I would be in your debt. I would make sure this book gets to you. This book sounds interesting, or this sounds like a you problem. I think this sounds like a you problem, unfortunately. Right now we don't have the resources to focus on that. And new learning pack, because we are really getting old. My ward Wiltrud seems to enjoy our latest feast immensely. Afterwards, she couldn't stop talking about the feelings that that locking eyes with one of the younger servants has caused to her. She is a young rascal. I'll show her to make friends. How much would King Arthur care? I don't think he's so crude to call her young rascal. Try and make friends. My daughter Iseult has been harboring a secret affection for Kuno for some time. Okay? However, when she finally confessed her feelings, Kuno responded harshly. Now Iseult mutters whenever he passes by. Ah, childlike vices. That love is not for Iseult. Or Iseult should not let anyone treat her like that. Well, Kuno, I don't think you should be responding harshly. Simply reject my daughter, and we're fine. No, my daughter, yes, people will reject you, but you shouldn't suffer from the disrespect from others. My wife, Petty Queen Rishwara, eagerly brings me a woman before me. Petty King, allow me to introduce you to Ealhswith, claimant to Earldom of Gloucester. She wants you to help with that. Honestly, good luck with that. I'm not going to interfere with Alfred's land. My steward died of old age. We need a new steward. Heinrich, come join us. There was also a tournament that we will not arrive in time for. Right? Help me. Perhaps we should spread the development elsewhere. Oh no! What happened? How can a heart endure this kind of pain without breaking? It cannot be possible, yet I am here, my heart beating on, whilst yours is quite gone quiet. Oh, Llywarch, my sweetness, life will not be the same without you. My wife is only 4 years older than us. Oh no, this must not bode well. Goodbye. You'll be sorely missed. The Vikings are back. How dare they? Men, be ready. Fight! We shall not train for tournaments anymore. I think we're getting old. But we have a legacy. What does this do? My wife, I shall remember her for her noble veins. I dedicate a legacy to Llywarch, who was a genius woman. My Bishop Barnabo has received a significant donation of gold from the estate of a wealthy but childless landholder, now deceased. He claims the departed lived a very frugal and pious life, and wished for the gold to go where it could do good. Bishop Barnabo insists I receive part of the donation, as I am a paragon of Catholicism in Cornwall. Tempting offer, indeed. Promise the gold will serve the realm. Yes. Ah, Alfred, a new poem. The latest work of my acquaintance Petty King Alfred has become all the rage at court as of late. The piece deals with memory and what we leave behind. Indeed. And Alfred has publicly dedicated it to me, the petty king of Cornwall. The mightiest men must leave this earth, their deeds, their acts, their swollen worth, and hope only for memory's grace, that their history finds true place. It's heartfelt. Thank you, Alfred's son. I think all this poetry really has me think about my family. Even if we do not choose them, those are closest to us are most important. Of majesty, regality flows from ritual, tradition, and glory. Well, family is most important. But now that we've established our first dynastic legacy, I think what Arthur is looking to do is to establish the traditions of our family. We shall be a close-knit family, my dears. How is our granddaughters? Let's have you educated. Ah, Isolde has become our friend. My word, Wiltrude has come of age, and it is time she left my care. Always the curious and knowledge-hungry child, Wiltrude has shown an affinity for scholarship from an early age. An avid learner, she has become quite a purveyor of knowledge, and has proven herself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. You are like my dear wife, Victoria. Are there any men who are your match? How about Everardo? Would you prefer Engelbert or Jordan? How do you like them? How about someone young? Would you want someone with more experience? Alright, let's see if this is a good match. And I think I will educate Million myself. Let's develop our capital and work off some stress. Then let's become friends. My newest courtier, come join me. The first time it happened, I barely gave it a moment's thought, but my Bishop Bernardo has grown bolder. His challenges no longer passed unnoticed at the council table, how dare he? He's testing my limits, and the others are sure to follow, unless I give him a taste of his own medicine. I'll steal his ideas, I'll comment on his copious codpiece, throw him off, a subtle threat of violence? Or how dare you challenge your petty king? I think at this old age, Arthur doesn't spite people. He'd probably be pretty straightforward. Yasod comes of age. With her coming of age, my tuition of Yasod is at an end. A natural administrator from birth, she should surprise no one. That Yasod has come far in her studies of the management of the realm. Not content with understanding the flow of wealth and people, he seems capable of predicting it as if by instinct. He always finds new ways of profiting off it too. That's my daughter. Now she is married. Although, when did you become a drunkard? That have seemed to be slightly overlooked by me. Certainly not one to drink myself. Strange, slightly. All right. My granddaughter Million and Etha. I caught these two hiding in the pantry, a very irate cook shouts at me, dragging my granddaughter Million and Etha in tow. They stole a whole keg of wine. Okay, I don't think you could follow Ysol's path. And Million just sat there as Etha drank herself to near oblivion. It seems as if my ward protected her partner in crime, keeping lookout while abstaining from any drink of herself. It was good for you to abstain from drink. I believe someone needs a lesson in personal responsibility. Or a drink is the key to merriment and fun. Now, I don't think the third option is good. And while also I think it's good that she abstained from drink, I also think that she should be stopping her instead of protecting her. Be more responsible, Million. My knight, Alderic, known for his interest in venery, brings rumor of beasts spotted in my realm. I hear much talk from the earldom of Cornwall. It's said that there are excellent prospects for hunting thereabouts, with many a worthy boar seen roaming in the woods. Interesting, but not necessarily what I'm interested in. Okay. King Petra. Not King Petra, El Petra. Ah, your son, who has consumption, is marrying the daughter of Salisbury. Alright, let's go then. A fine day like this, the weather is nice and the pastures of Wiltshire looks great. The local livestock are positively jumping and cheering in their own guttural manner. Calves are walking next their mothers, their fur shiny and clean. Overall, the place is very competently run, although I do notice a couple of oddities that I would manage a bit differently. A local matriarch approaches me. A fine morning to you, my lord. Are these beauties not a sight to behold? I could apply some of this back home. Let's see if I could improve things around here. Well, I'm sure Earl Osred can take care of his own pastures. No, I think I'm really inspired. My liege, have you heard what they call you, my courtier? Benedicta says to me while rearranging her dress. They call you Petty King Arthur the Wise. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasant noble alike. A cause for celebration, I think, Benedicta exclaims in a cheery tone. I can get used to this name. Arthur the Wise. That does sound good. I look around myself in excitement everywhere I lay my eyes. On their mingling guests, flowers on every surface, buzzing servants with loaded dishes, and a very proud host, old Petra, who was checking on the fine details. The nervous but excited spouses of Senthus and Seaspur are standing at ready. The ceremony is about to begin. Let us celebrate. They remind me of my dear Llywarch. What happened? Well, there was a brawl. They fall in love in first sight. Aw. The ceremony has reached its final climax. The traditional rituals have been completed, and all that is left is the final vows, the formal consent, the seal on the marriage. As both Xanthus and Seaspur say "I do," the clouds start cheering. We all stand witness to the beginning of their life together. Exciting. And the banquet. The formal part of the wedding, the ceremony, is finally behind us. Everyone is smiling in anticipation of a gargantuan meal, exciting entertainment, and general revelry that we are about to be offered. Let's tuck in. Every feast, there's always one, every single feast, one long-winded, ill-born peasant cornering people who will not be silent. This time is Llywarch here. Was utterly obsessed with visiting supreme wrath on some poor, nameless rival for some perceived slight. Quite why am I required for this maddening plotting I have no idea. I am going to scram. Gently exit the conversation. Tell him to shut up. That's very interesting. Being approachable. Or grin and bear it. I'm just going to exit. Thank you. It never ends, oh no. Every wedding banquet is host to a frankly interminable number of speeches, some long, some short, some honest, some deceptive, rolling up and down the hall, punctuating every course in the feast in waves. As my turn nears, I am left wondering, do I consider the happiness of the couple or focus on the festivities? After all, it is easy for double meanings to get lost in this sea of words. Praise the happy couple. Praise the party. Say something sweet but perfunctory. Hmm, I think I wish them well. They remind me of Llywarch. Throughout the meal, I find myself easily drawn to Reeve Edwulf's conversation. Some very interesting opinions and make the very best jokes. We seem to have so much in common. Whenever I'm recounting an anecdote, he listens attentively and chips in with all the appropriate comments at the appropriate time. Would have thought I'd find such pleasant company at this wedding. I'm glad we're a friend. Though not the absolute grandest affair, the evening's entertainments are still an exciting array of actors, acrobats, jugglers, and more. Near my seat, both Countess Wulfrith and Earl Osred share their opinions on display. The perfect amount of performance seemed to be seemly, nods Wulfrith with satisfaction. There should be many more, Osred complains. These few aren't enough to get up to anything truly daring. Ruth, Osred, I think I'm focused on the actual entertainment. By any reasonable standards, the evening's food is an exciting medley of textures, flavors, and spectacle, though this is a particularly special occasion. Near my seat, both Reeve Burkhardt and Earl Esquine shared their opinions about the spread. By Jesus, this cuisine is sublime, enthuses Burkhardt, as varied as propriety demands without overindulging. Bah! A feast should near bankrupt the realm, Esquine snorts. Else what even is the point? Again, I don't really care that much. I'm old. Everything's fine. The banquet hall's trimmings are beautiful, a medley of rose wildflowers, even if they're not strictly the most expensive available. Near my seat, both Countess Withorf and Earl Ethelwine share their opinions on the decorations. Ah, wonderful, chortles Withorf. Enough frippery to make it special, not enough to outshine the happy couple. Honestly, I have to say I prefer a, as wine searches for the polite phrase, heavier touch to the frippery. Don't get involved. It feels like I've been eating, drinking, mingling, dancing, and singing for days, and soon the celebrations will wind down and the spouses will retire to their private chambers with the consummation of the wedding. For us who remain, though, let us pour another drink and let us toast to the spouses. Have fun! After the spouses leave for their private chambers, the celebrations drag on through the night, and only slowly losing in intensity and rambunctiousness. One after the other, more guests either leave, fall asleep, or retire to enjoy the pleasures of the night themselves. Most guests, but not me. Bring me another cup, and another more, I bellow at whatever servant I see. From his table, however, I can see Earl Petre judging stare on me. Haven't you drunk enough today? Inquires coldly. Stop grumbling and join me. Well, the host is telling me to tone it down, and I think I should too. As you age, you don't deal as well with hangovers. One after the other, all the guests are leaving. It's time for me to depart too. The wedding was a great occasion to mingle with my peers and relax. I abandoned the premises tired and satisfied, sending my best wishes to the spouses for a prosperous and happy union. Congratulations again. Wolf struggle. Our journey is violently interrupted with the sound of tearing flesh, gnashing jaws, and the desperate cries of a man about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific, it must have come from the depths of hell. Attempting to track the source, we find a desperate knight struggling with his wolf. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, but his grip is beginning to falter. Well, I don't want to help him, but I'm brave and no man deserves to die like this. And I do beat the wolf. Good job. 2 years to go until we have the latest innovation. Arrived back at my castle after a long and lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day 53 years ago, and the older it gets, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. So it saddens me that I have not from my Reeve Edwulf and Isolde, or any of my other friends today. I trudge along to my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet, and hear a clang and hushed whispers from down the hallway. What could be at this hour? Happy birthday! What a surprise! All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of life. There's even an entire table laden with saffron cakes, my favorite. Here I was thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe that Edworth had gone to the trouble of arranging this in secret. I had not a clue of such a thoughtful surprise and was being planned at all. My friend and daughter Isolde approaches me, struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Ever fixed her, she said, I have 3 gifts here for the choosing. One shall be yours, but which shall it be? Temperate man, medium size, will be perfect. Petty King's Author's Scriptures. Learning lifestyle. Great. New diplomacy perk. My children, be learned, be skillful. Wow, they all increased by 3. We were meant for this. My caravan master, come, let us find you a good spouse, even in your end of days. Don't be lonely. I'm rich. How about Una? And the one who survived the wolf. Young woman for you. How about Clara? Oh, Benedicta. Speaking of which, she quickly passed away. I shall remember of her fondly. How my daughter's doing. Come on. Isolde, why did you follow Isolde and become a drunkard? It's not good. There was a commotion among the children today. Lillian was attempting to preach among her fellow youngsters and became a target of a small fight. Ethel intervened and did what she did to protect her. Never back down from a challenge. Let me tell you how you could have mediated this. Never let anyone spite the divine like that. Hmm. It's good that Lillian is trying to teach other youngsters and that they are becoming friends. But perhaps not necessarily with our fist. Be calm. Mediate that. Oh, my granddaughter Million has just finished a lesson held by Fosca on the management of the treasury and the gold therein. But it seems like only the bits mentioning gold have stuck. Now she's levying small taxes from all the servants that she can chase down, and the collective annoyances. Should she be greedy? Have you not learned anything? This lesson was about fairness. Emotions beget weakness, can't suppress them. Hmm. No, we should be caring about. We should be caring about the people, not simply being greedy. How are you doing? Good. It's feeling good. I hope we can be together. Oh wow, my courtier. We've done very well. I think you'll be a fine match for my granddaughter. I will now bless your family. You discovered that fascination, ledger. Great. Now we have more building slots. Wonderful. Something with defender advantage. Outposts, forts. I really do think we need some forts here. Let's work off more stress. Joffrey, let's be friends. Oh, the wheel of death. Well, I suppose then the episode has to end here because of technical difficulties. But in this episode, we saw that we have been rebuilding our lands now. We have just recently discovered the ledger fascination, and this has allowed us to further fortify our lands, as well as learning from the cattle herds when we were traveling to Grand Wedding. Speaking of the Grand Wedding, King Arthur desperately misses his soulmate Butchwara, which he reminisced during the Grand Wedding of his the brother of his daughter's husband. Besides, we see that he has been diligently educating the children at his court, including Isolde and her friend Rufsud, whom has come of age. Isolde, in particular, became Midas touched. And all this educating has earned Arthur the title of Arthur the Wise. And finally, we also see that Arthur realizes the importance now of creating traditions for their family, and therefore he switched to majesty focus and groomed his children to rule. And he has established their first dynastic legacy, which he chose to be noble thanes, in remembrance of his genius wife. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next episode.